burning/banning of the newspaper is a reflection of the history and the story behind South African newspapers through the lens of photojournalist Len Khumalo. His work is in the league with the prominent photographers such as his older brother, the late Alf Khumalo, Peter Magubane, Mzileni and Sam Nzima. The exhibition is also saluting the present journalists and photojournalists. His daughter Nkululeko Khumalo, who is the co-curator of this exhibition, and Nthabeleng Mashudubele, the curator, join us now this morning to share more on this exhibition. Ladies, a very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. Good to have you on the show this morning. All right, Khumalo, I'm going to start with you. Just take us through the work of your father as a photojournalist spanning over 5 decades and, just the history behind it.
It's actually quite interesting because we come from a very artistic family. And looking at this body of work, I studied fine arts. I used to use it as my point of reference, creating works. And then later, people, as I go around studying, people will ask me, why don't you focus on your dad's work? And I'm thinking, I'm not sure, because the entire house is filled with these photographs. But later in life, as you grow older, you realize the importance of these photographs and the significance of the people within those photographs. And what also made me become curious in this work was, where are those people in the photographs? And it became such an interesting project because as well as we were curating the turbine, we started looking for those people in the photographs, and some of them, we started finding them, they're still alive. So it became very significant because as well as we're driving within my car, I'm exhibiting the works in the car. So it moves. You get people stopping you, telling you the stories of the photographs that you yourself don't know. Because again, he captures these photos from a journalistic point of view. Yes. And the people in the photographs, they'll tell you, no, this is what was happening. And this is the history. But whether the people in the photos, but because they're kind of like a remembrance of something. Wherever you drive, Cape Town, Durban, Free State, I constantly get stopped and people will engage with the photos because we didn't put any text, we just put the photos. And black, white, they want to talk about the photos.
And those photos say 1,000 words?
Yeah, definitely.
Even without the text?
Yeah, definitely they do. So,
and being an artist yourself, do you not think that it'll create the impression that you are basking in the glory of your own father's shadow or legacy, as it were?
Funny enough, only when I started this project, everybody started knowing who I am. But previously, I always believed that I am my own person. And as I'm working with the different types of people, especially the elderly people, when I go in, I don't even introduce myself as the daughter of Len Khumalo. But I think the physical structure kind of like says it all. So only later in life, I'm now starting to say, I am the daughter of Len Khumalo. And I'm taking pride in that because I've always hidden that. So I've developed in my career and worked hard so that I don't work on the family name, on the significance of, but I realized that was my shortfall along the way because I didn't engage with this beautiful archives. If I wish I took that on at an earlier stage because I think my mind would have been much wiser than what it is currently.
Nthabeleng, let me also bring you into this conversation. Which of Mr. Khumalo's work will be on exhibition?
Some of the works that will be on exhibition will be Mama Winnie. There's a beautiful image of Winnie Mandela where she is at her house looking out of a window and she looks very warm, which is an image that I really, really love because we are used to seeing images of Winnie, with the fist up. We're used to seeing Winnie in protest, and we don't usually see her just being a normal human being,
So it's basically the unseen pictures of Mama Winnie.
Yes. Wow. So those are one of the images that will be there. Another one of the images that I really love is an image of Miss Africa South. She was the Black Miss South Africa during apartheid, because they were not allowed. They had two Miss South Africas during apartheid, a white one and a black one. So what I really love this image. And I love, you can see at the bottom there, there's a little bit of a double exposure, and I love this image.
Stunning, man. Absolutely
and
stunning.
And funny enough, I was researching her, and I found an article from Sowetan in 2018, and she has actually been reaching out to the country, asking for some kind of recognition for the contribution that she has made in the country. So I think this is a very important moment.
Tell me, what's the relevance of this exhibition? I mean, what's the central theme that's carried throughout this exhibition? What is it that you're trying to put across?
So the theme of this exhibition is burning and banning of the newspapers. And it is a reflection on the 1977 banning orders that were imposed on the World and the newspapers, the World and the Weekend World, following the death of Steve Biko. So we are having a conversation around that through the archive of Len Khumalo, looking at the importance of photography and photojournalism, and the significance of that in you know, transformation of you know, our country, our social, political, yeah.
Now, Nkululeko, I know it may sound rather an unfair question, but which of your father's work perhaps was the highlight of his career?
Having me in the newspaper. I'm joking. It's just joke. For me personally, and when you interview Ubabu Len Khumalo, you realize that for him, I'm going to go back to him, in terms of the struggles that he went through as a photojournalist. Because when we started this project, we started it being Len Khumalo. Then we realized it's far bigger than Ubabu Len Khumalo. It takes us to other photojournalists, other journalists, other editors. So I remember when we were interviewing Ubabu Mbuzeni Zulu and the late Ubabu Mike Mzileni, and they were saying, your dad was constantly being arrested and being beaten by the police. And I was like, why you guys didn't get that? Atitina besikwazi ukudaka. Yena, he'll go into the fight and the riots. Tina will take a picture from a distance. So I think as well for him, it's more of the riots. I mean, we had how many massacres within the Val? We've had the Sharkville massacre, which he was still young. We've had the Wipatong, the Sebokeng massacre, the Nangaleme massacre.
You know what it is? We definitely need a different platform for this conversation. It needs so much time, a very beautiful conversation. And I understand that you have Robert Magwaza and Spiwe Mhlambi as the guest speakers and at this exhibition. Just share more details on where and when it will be held.
So the exhibition will be held today at the Sharpeville Memorial at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Yes, that's where the exhibition
All
will
right.
be.
Ladies, great chatting to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Great stuff. We just spoke to Nkululeko Khumalo on the work of his dad, Len Khumalo, a prominent photojournalist, as well as the co-curator, Nthabeleng Mashudubele.